转着喝水，牛逼！6666666！
好！我谢谢粉丝。这个已经不算咸了，这个没有咸。
Oh, mom's gonna hate this.
When I reached Tianjin, it's already 3,522 kilometers driven. Doesn't seem like that much distance, really. I'm still nowhere close to China's northern border in Inner Mongolia. But then I had a proud thought. If I started from the UK, this distance would have taken me straight to Western Kazakhstan.
Oh, hello.
What an interesting idea.
I'm really needing the help. Locals to help me park. Freaking car. This is so freaking stressful.
I also felt my first wave of fatigue, very much expected if you travel alone for a long time. This episode is just you and me, as we observe Tianjin that is full of interesting people and not so interesting food. Sorry, but really not.
这又是我一个人在吃。来天津的第一顿就是吃天津的菜。This is like another awkward thing. If you are seen eating alone in a crowded restaurant, you might come across as really weird. You're such a loner. But, you know, I'm comfortable eating on my own. It's only been 2 hours that I'm in Tianjin, but I'm already loving the city. Yeah, Tianjin people are so fun. They use respected pronouns to address a person. So instead of using 你, they always use 您. Like I've been called 您 a couple of times already, and it's so adorable. 好嘞，谢谢。So this is called 酱爆鸡丁, which is in Tianjin style, like sweet, but they put a bit of nuts. And I think they actually fried this with 菜籽 oil, like 菜籽油. How to say 菜籽油 in English? The soup is 珍珠疙瘩汤. These are like 面团. They use wheat to do this, and there's also tofu, lettuce. I had 疙瘩汤 in Qingdao, and I quite like it. It's quite filling, and it doesn't taste too heavy. I think 疙瘩汤 is like a very common northern dish in China. I've never seen this in Guangdong, so this is interesting. This wall is all about northern dialect. They actually also have pinyin to teach you how to say it. And I'm gonna attempt my northern dialect. This one is a classic, which is a very common way to ask people, have they eaten yet? It's a very Chinese way to say hello. This is not 你吃了没有? It is 您吃了吗? Wow, so good, that accent. 姐家煎饼果子没治了，姐家煎饼果子没治了。I'm gonna go for 煎饼果子 right now and see if this 煎饼果子有没有得治。
煎饼果子 is a classic Tianjin street food, which is a crispy, savoury crepe with a deep-fried cracker inside. First, they put a ladle of batter and spread it into a thin round crepe, which is what we are looking at now. They add in things like sesame seeds to make it more flavourful. After the bottom side is golden, they flip the pancake so the egg side cooks properly before they add in that final crispy element and that touch of chili bean sauce and sweet bean sauce. Chop in half, and that is done.
It's crispy. First bite, it's crispy. Okay, so now, so personally, I wouldn't go for it again, but it's good to try. I'm just here to react. 煎饼果子，这是锅巴菜，这是这位帅哥在路边，他说让我吃一下这个锅巴菜好不好吃，试一下。
怎么样？10倍芝麻酱浓稠，它里面加了胡椒，它也加了，
再来一口。
它也加那个啥，那个芝麻酱。我要齁死了，我要呕。
好咸。
这个已经不算咸了，这个没有咸，这个好，这个不仅贵还咸，我感觉。
你真的，你可以拍一下试试这个。
那个钱全部花在盐里面了，我经常。
什么来着？
金头巴脑。
听过，看到。
特别是这个青头巴脑还挺贵的嘞。
嗯，咸吗？
那没有，好咸呐！
节目效果拉满了。
我肯定是要被怼了。These are Hunan folks, and Hunan folks was like, Tianjin has no food. You know, Hunan cuisine was like one of the most spicy, heavy of China, and they were like, no, we don't like Tianjin food, and I thought that was so funny. Us Southerners find resonance in Tianjin. It's just been a day that I'm in Tianjin. I've already know the tone of Tianjin dialect. Tianjin, bye bye, amazing, incredible. That's what Tianjin people would say if they're attempting English. Oh, mom's gonna hate this. Mom's gonna hate this so much. Now, when I'm with my mom, I would sometimes jokingly attempt English just to mess with her. When I speak English, I would never say it in this way. I will always speak Chinese English. I'm gonna use this new dialect that I've learned in Tianjin to mess with her, and she's gonna hate it so much. And I'm gonna love it so much. So, just to give you a tour of where I'm at Binghe right here in the afternoon. That's the view that I have. Like, there's the Tianjin Zhiyan, the Eye of Tianjin, and then we have a bunch of daye jumping, just doing water jumping. I like Tianjin. It's not like a traditional tourist place. It's mostly like city view, city walk. There's a couple of Western style neighborhoods. It's like very similar in Shamian, in Guangzhou. Full of people, they like to go there and visit and take pictures. But for me, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter if I do it anyway. It's a place for you to look, to walk around, to look, to just to see what people are up to. If you're coming here to experience history, you have Beijing, but Tianjin, it feels like a back garden of Beijingers. If you're fed up with Beijing, go to Tianjin. I heard people shouting over there. I think there's something going on with daye jumping. It's such a scene in Tianjin. I'm gonna go participate a bit later.我大学毕业了。大学都毕业了。看得出来我哪儿了吗？我感觉你是南边。你看他们那边人都长得秀气，我这边姑娘长得没有好看。不，没有，我觉得不会啊。人家小姑娘也长得很秀气。
反正就愿人家人说漂亮。
漂亮。3岁半了是吧？
我自我介绍了吗？叫什么名字？你叫小公主啊。
你给姐姐做一个助阵。
大家好，跳个舞蹈啊，还是
背一首诗吧，
还是飞盘啊？
背一首诗。
我们可爱跟跳的这个玩儿。等你也下去游游去吧。
过来看大爷剩绝活了，转着喝水，牛逼6666666。
没了吧？
没了。
放了。
啊！
我谢谢粉丝们，给美女们道个万福，谢谢，这个美女们道个万福，谢谢。
哦，
刚才那叫金鸡倒立，这个叫金鸡独立。啊？不用跪，不用跪也得跪下。爱情，知道吗？1、2，还走你！哎，就这么简单，就这么简单，对吧？今天我62了，来个26给我比划比划，是吧？造一个啊！造一个，加油！
来个战略合作，
握手来。你哪儿来的？
东北的，特意过来的。
东北什么地方？
吉林长春。
你录一段，我也说一个。
哎，行，
预备，
今天欧运吉林长春的帅哥，也是我的粉丝，大美天津卫欢迎你，我战斗机也欢迎你。世界跳水看中国，中国跳水看天津，天津跳水看大爷。战斗机大爷带着口号来了，不管几岁，快乐万岁，健康万岁！哦耶！就到这里了，谢谢粉丝们。
This is like the Tianjin culture. People have been doing this for such a long time. And initially, they're actually jumping from that bridge, but then it was banned and they started to jump from under the bridge, and then it was banned again. So now they're just doing it on the shore.
来到了天津卫，我是嘛也没学会，学会了开汽车，老头钻被窝，我蔫不溜的走啊，你又蔫不溜的来，我抖楞我的脑袖，跟姐姐说拜拜，走在河边 City Walk， 流泪了就地坐着，累寸土拜拜跟你 talk， 把日子当成段子过的，嘿，过点儿省词1分钟也得先起过来。
So this is what I learned about Tianjin culture, and the old couple told me that Tianjin culture is more about low culture, whereas Beijing culture is more about high culture. And I don't want to get too academic and make it all complicated. It's basically the difference between posh and not posh. So in Chinese, we usually say Tianjin culture is the 市井文化. It's the culture of the civilians. Whereas the Beijing culture is the 宫廷文化. It is the culture of the imperial family. It's very sophisticated, very much not accessible to normal people. So Beijing, very posh. Tianjin, not very posh.
到了天津卫，我通知您各位，我的酸梅汤，没有黑科技。您先尝后买，保您不后悔。
我拉你走，
我就在解放桥这边走。
不走你多要钱。
不，我就在解放桥。您这天津话太可以。
我就压回去。
我是来到天津卫，嘛也没学会。
This is definitely a place Oh, birds!
Anyway, Tianjin is definitely a place I would totally bring my future partner to come here and ride a bike, as well as Qingdao. Tianjin and Qingdao, wow, so perfect to do a couple of things. There's this entire road, this entire path along the Han River for you to ride a bike along and appreciating the entire city view. This is so good. This is just the thing for me as a city girl. This is so my thing. This is so my thing.
海鸥表为您报时。
Bamboo clappers, kwaiban, is such a common art form in northern China, and now people are even using it in front of restaurants to attract customers.
来到天津逛到这儿，您千万别错过，您是千万别错过。
Guys, we have a problem. Now in Tianjin, I'm not agreeing with the food so well. Ordered one bajin tofu, which is a very typical Tianjin food. It's tofu with a bit of mushrooms and seafood and shrimps. And then I've also ordered a spinach, and I thought this is stir-fried, and it turned out to be liangban. They stir-fried it, but then they put a lot of dressings. So it completely does not taste like spinach. For me, this bajin tofu is too salty. You can see there's a lot of soy sauce. This is too much. Like I have to have a lot of rice to go with it. This one, I'm not a fan. And the spinach, oh wow, it does not taste like spinach at all. Probably because I'm from Guangdong. So Guangdong people eat food with a very light taste. We like food very bland. I guess it's a quiet taste. This is definitely a quiet taste that I do not have right now.
Guys, before we leave Tianjin, I just want to stop at a final place that not a lot of people know, which is the Qilihai National Park of Tianjin. China has done a better and better job protecting the ecosystem and environment, and this Qilihai National Park is actually the biggest national preservation park of the Tianjin, Beijing, Hebei area. It is the home of the oriental stork, which is an endangered animal in China. And I think it would be nice to conclude our Tianjin video by flying our drone and checking out this lovely park. So
this is a high-speed road, but they actually draws a line here, which allows you to park your car over here. Like there are a couple of cars parking there previously, and I saw them, which means that technically speaking, you can temporarily park your car here. You can't park your car here forever, but a short 10 minutes is okay.